and welcome to the Baking It Down podcast with your hosts, Heather and Corrie.
And that was Corrie's son, if you couldn't tell by the loud noise right in your ear canal, doing our quick intro because Corrie forgot to take him to his school competition, so she will be leaving the podcast to take Archer to his class. But he is absolutely stoked to be on the podcast. I'm guaranteeing he's going to listen to this on the way.
1,000%.
I can't wait to upload it.
It won't come for a couple hours.
Okay, he forgot the words Baking It Down podcast, but that
was a lot of words to remember.
He was going to say something really weird. I saved you guys. So, Corrie, tell people where they are if Archer didn't convey it correctly.
Alrighty. Welcome to All right. I feel like I got to show him.
We're your hosts,
This
Heather
is your host,
and
Heather and Corrie. You are at the Baking It Down podcast, and it's a podcast put on by a group on Facebook called Sugar Cookie Marketing parentheses Group
with Heather and Corrie.
So it's just me reincarnated.
What's Archer competing in today?
He actually competed in the science test.
That's a good one.
And his art project with the crazy hands coming out of the jacket.
I never saw this.
I just gotta show you.
Okay. So Corrie and I did go to church schools growing up, and we participated in something called ODAX. It's Virginia based, but you end up going to a competition in South Carolina where you compete against all these other schools. And Corrie is obsessed with it.
Coat of arms.
It is horrifying. It is a coat of arms, but it is just arms coming out of a coat. Hey, he drew that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was his entry.
That's weird, but it's cool.
Like eclectic.
You need to post it to the group with podcast reference so people can understand. Okay, so this is the Baking It Down podcast. Corrie's going to run down to Fredericksburg. Any Virginia people can pray for her as she pays the toll.
I don't even have a toll thing.
You don't?
Remember it said yesterday on Friday when you're like, $4.95 shut down.
My favorite
Go to toll road.
My favorite passion in life is calling my family when the major roads are shut down and letting them know about it before they venture into it. Because you're about to say,
I was 2 seconds away from getting off the road.
If you don't know this area, there's always the main artery roads have a corresponding toll road where it is highway robbery. Literally, I think they named it highway robbery because you have to pay around $20 to $40 to take these toll roads because it's dynamic pricing, which is something we talk about on the podcast
We did.
a lot.
We might have to bring it back up for the new folks here.
Dynamic pricing means as more people want to access the toll road because the main roads may be closed or full of traffic, the price increases. The reason why they increase the price, they say, not greed. We're here to control the flow. The higher the price, the fewer people have access to it. That means that people who really need the road can use it for the low, low price of your entire paycheck.
That's rich people.
Their non-scientific name is called the Lexus lanes because apparently you have to be that wealthy to drive on them.
But last week, Heather was like, check yourself, take the toll road.
When the overhead sign on 495, which is a 4-lane interstate, says all lanes blocked, car fire.
And I had to get a kid from school. So I took this toll road. But you have this, it's called an easy pass, and it's a toll pass.
It's not easy.
And you no longer can pay cashish. You can only use this toll pass. But
it's another great example of boundaries. The easy pass lanes no longer accept cash. And instead of saying, well, we'll take cash because we'll be leaving money on the table, they just say, we'll fine you. If you do not come with an easy pass, we will fine you for not paying.
If you do not take the toll road in a 6-month span,
they
fine
will
fine you again.
We will fine you and find you. Fine you and fine you.
But I have this toll pass, and I take it maybe 5 times a month, the toll road, coming back from the mall.
Corey's going to
But they could send me a letter, and I thought it was going to be like, thanks for always using us. But it was like, you might have a toll pass, but we're struggling to find it in the system. So every time we do it, we're going to have to charge you $1. So
another great boundary with the toll road. Because as one client, Corrie, has made their jobs harder, instead of eating that cost of time, they're actually turning around and passing it back on to the consumer.
Even though I'm using their stuff, they're like, yeah, sorry, your little toll boothy thing is no longer working. So
I read this quote the other day, and it said, make the right thing really easy to do and make the wrong thing really hard to do.
Where was I wrong?
You were wrong in not paying them that $1. So what Easy Pass said is, if we have to dedicate one of our people to find Corey's car and stick it to her tag, it's costing us more money. So we're going to make it really hard for Corey to cost us more money by charging her more money.
You can't even talk. Like, it's the little transponder is this Honestly, it's a little piece of plastic. You can't throw it away. It's when you get it, you buy it for $35. But no.
It's free. You
It's
just put
free,
$35
but it's
on
their
it.
property. So
Yeah.
if you do not return it, you're charged $35.
And the easy pass is a racket, and we all should take some
Got
notes.
it on lock, man.
Let's take it back to the Baking It Down podcast with Sugar Cookie Marketing. Heather and Corrie are your hosts today. And we're going to jump into the marketing minutes, which Corrie wants to talk about popcorn pricing.
Okay, guys, so I got a new car last
Good
week.
night. What are you doing that the rest of us can't
When
afford?
I start spending, it's a floodgate.
You are outrageous. Corrie is-
Take all my money. So I had my last car for 8 years, and I was like, hey, I got this new car. I'm probably going to keep it for 8 years. It's a snazzy looking thing. It's a blueberry going down the road. But as the guy who sells tint in Woodbridge said, it's a fishbowl because you can look inside of it.
Right. Fishbowl meaning it has no tint. My car has no tint, so you look like you're a fish inside of a fishbowl where everyone can see you and you can see everyone. But it's important to note that you cannot have tint in Virginia, so Corrie is riding dirty.
But I'm also married to a cop. I got this tint. I did get the illegal one. Don't tell on me. But I was like, if my husband doesn't notice, who's a bleeding blue cop? I had a whole conversation.
Illegal tint in Virginia is more like the shade of your sunglasses, and they think it's illegal.
So my husband cannot see the lower part of my body. Like I'm standing up on the car and he's talking to me. I just got in the tint 10 minutes before and the man didn't even notice. The car has been sitting next to his car. He's been in the car, not noticed, even though it feels like you're in a dark tunnel now when you're inside. Okay, but I went to this tint shop that I found.
He's probably like, wow, the sun's setting early. Never mind.
At dark, you gotta roll the window down. Where's that parking spot at? Okay. I went to this tint shop because I found them on their Google My Business.
I left him a review.
Yeah, they had so many more reviews than any of the other tint shops. So, of course, they have my money.
Do you know that Jason went to them too? To get his tint done?
Why wouldn't you? They got 5 stars from a billion people. But it was a true money-making business. He just had this garage behind him. It was barely any tools in there. But at any given time that I was there over the course of 2 hours, there was 3 cars in there. And the average price per car was between $300 to $400.
Okay.
Just imagine.
No.
If he's just...
We're shutting down Sugar Cookie Market. Open up Sugar Cookie Tint.
Sugar Cookie Tint.
TVA, Sugar Cookie Tint.
Then every time they buy, we can give them a cookie. With the logo. Goodbye, guys.
We'll put us right at the end of the toll road, so anchor pricing means they're still more affordable.
We got this on live. All right, so I went in there and I said, he already knew it was going to be a sale because I told him if I show up, I'm going to buy something. So,
well, okay. I wish all our clients could be like that. Big spendy over here.
So I went in there and he was like, okay, we have 3 options. And on the 3 options are 3 more options. It was so popcorn priced that I was like,
The danger of the 3.
the danger of the 3. If there was 2 options there, it would be easy for me to make a comparison.
Do I want to spend more? Do I want to spend less? That's the question.
Yeah. So I would automatically walk in and be like, okay, give me the cheaper one because there's only 2 to compare to.
Right.
In the 3, that because I listened to the podcast and I've also been a
Listen to
marketer
yourself.
forever, I knew it was popcorn priced and it was set up so nicely. So each of the 3 options were identical on the wall, and on those were 3 different tint levels.
Okay.
So I said,
Illegal, illegaler, illegalist.
that's what it was. So between the 3, it was like a different blocking of the UV rays. So when I looked,
Skincare, man.
yeah, exactly. Except for you didn't do the top.
Do you
one.
want to spend the rest of your life buying a sunscreen, or can I interest you in the low price of a one-time buy?
Yeah. So he said, here's our 3 options here. He truly, I don't know if I can call him a salesman because he wasn't necessarily pushy. So it was interesting to see how he sold it because I asked him, which one do people buy the most? He said, well, people definitely go between the mid-grade and the high grade. Mm-hmm. I said, which one do you have? I have the high grade.
The illegalist.
He is the illegal of the illegalist. So I said, hey, do you mind if I go look at it on your car? I think I saw it outside. He's like, oh, yeah. It made him so happy that I wanted to see what his car
Did you even
looked
see
like.
inside the car?
No. He said, sometimes I can't see out of the car. You're definitely not allowed to have tint on your front windshield, but he definitely did.
Well, there are many reasons why tint is illegal. One of the main reasons is actually around here because of the toll road. Because the toll road is enforced if you're a toll road violator, which means you're flying free but you have fewer than 2 or 3, depending on the road, people in your car, it has to be a visual identification by a police officer to make sure that you don't have enough people in your car, and then they can give you a ticket with a hefty fine. And actually, I think it adds a point to your license.
I think it did. But if you've ever seen in the news, like, man, caught toll road with fake skeleton.
There's a lot of people that do that. And once you pay that price enough, you might be thinking of some creative ways around it.
So, like, people get those giant teddy bears and lock them in the bag.
Yeah, like mannequins I've seen.
Yeah, the skeleton with fake hair on him.
Right. Or you can get just a legal tint and,
Right. And kind of hopefully. But if they stop you, they're going to give you a tint violation. It just is what it is. Mm-hmm. So I asked him, how many times have you been stopped? He's like, hey, it's my job to tell you what's legal and what's illegal, but I've never been stopped. I said, okay, well, that's good to know. So I said, between the mid-grade and the high grade, what do people buy the most? So, well, I think people go a lot with the mid-grade. Oh, but he could have sold me. It was the problem was his pricing difference between the two. Between the lowest to the mid-grade was a $60 difference. Okay. Between the mid-grade to the highest end was $100 difference.
What he needed to move the mid-grade up.
He did. He either needed to move the lowest up, because most people aren't buying the lowest because you're like, well, I just got this new car. I probably don't want to buy the lowest.
Move the lowest up.
Move the lowest up and scooch it up closer so you can lessen up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So what we say with popcorn pricing is your lowest offering that most people will not buy is your price anchor. You want it to be uncomfortably high. So you'd be like, no one's going to buy that. That's overpriced. Exactly.
So yeah, but look at the deal if you buy 2 of the same thing.
Exactly.
You considerably save, because look at just buying 1. So I guess it would have to be his goal. What was he trying to sell? The high grade? Was he trying to sell the mid grade, or was he trying to sell the low grade? Depending on how you popcorn it, you can move them up or down.
In my mind, I think he just wanted either me to
sell
take
something.
Exactly. I think he wanted me to take the mid grade and be just fine. It was going to take the same time regardless of which level that I bought.
So really, you're paying for the material at this
material
point.
And his expertise of no bubbling.
But expertise was across all the 3.
It was, and everything had a 100% money back guarantee if it bubbled within a certain amount of years.
Jay's bubbled and he took it back and he fixed it.
Yeah, the guy acted like if it even tries to bubble, or it looks like it might bubble.
You get 5-star reviews, but you're being an awesome bubble fixer.
Yeah, that's true.
You pop the bubbles in life and people are going to love you.
I have to ask him about it. I thought he went there.
Isn't that so funny?
Yeah.
Because Dita's like, build America? I said, yeah. But I had gotten my windshield replaced by him years ago.
That's what I said. Because he was like, you have an account here, but your car isn't showing. I said, I think that was the fixer. I think a call for her.
She's still sending a visible.
So if he would have moved the lower price up higher, closer to the mid-grade, and then move the mid-grade up higher, closer to the highest grade, and made the difference between the lowest to the mid higher than the mid to the highest. That was very confusing. Yeah.
I was tracking a little bit. I'm sorry, podcast land. You can't see Corey's visual hand movements. Basically, what you're saying is if he had teed up the lowest to be a little bit higher, he would have automatically, there would have been no question for people to go to mid-grade.
Because I was already no question in the mid-grade already. It was a $60 difference between the two, but a $100 difference between.
So it was easy for you to go up 1, but it was hard for you to go up 2.
Because he made it $100. So 60, not so bad. $100 difference. Well, it kept me at the mid-grade because that $100
I bet you
jump.
that he's absolutely fine with mid-grade sales.
Everyone who walked in after me bought the same one.
Because that is what his pricing is telling people to do. Whether or not you engineered it correctly, you are driving people either up your menu pricing or down, depending on there's a billion factors. But your price anchoring, your price tiers.
Well, explain popcorn pricing and how it got its name popcorn pricing. It has
when you go to the movies,
and
you go get a popcorn.
Popcorn.
Okay, it's already ungodly overpriced. Popcorn at the movies is a small mortgage.
Listen, popcorn at the movies has
delicious.
This taste.
It's delectable. It smells wonderful.
And then when they allowed you to get butter on your own, like when
COVID hit, we weren't allowed to self-serve butter. I suffered.
Yeah. But we weren't even allowed to go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
We suffered all the way.
I never even watched the movie. I just went to the popcorn.
But the popcorn in the movie, suffocates.
Right. So when you go in and you say, hey, I'd like a small, they're like, okay, would you like this little shot glass of a bag full of 3 kernels for $10? And you're like,
and only 4 of them are popped.
But it smells like butter. You could say, okay, but they say, but for, $12, you can get double the size.
And
it's
refills.
only $2 more.
No one ever tells you, no,
the large
is
a refill.
Yeah.
I'm saying mid-grade.
Oh, no, not mid-grade.
You can't go mid-grade. You gotta go Corrie style to the movie theater and just buy you the largest basket. So you get the tiniest one, and it's also in an offensively childlike paper bag.
And it's like I already got a pre-tear.
You will not make it to the theater with all your popcorn.
And your butter is going to stop through the bottom of that bad boy.
Have you ever felt true frustration? Just wait. So you can go to get the smallest for around $10. And I'm just kind of making this numbers from the last time I went to see a movie. Never remember what the movie was, but the popcorn was delicious. Then you can go up for like maybe $2. You can get this considerably larger mid-grade size.
It's like, isn't it still? I think they've gotten you to the
I think you get the little card one.
the hard cardboard circle, but it's still like cardboard circle.
The fact that you have a name.
Cardboard circle. Two of the cardboard circles.
Extra butter. I want the butter to pull at the bottom.
My cardboard.
Is that real butter? I don't care. Butter synthetics? Sure. Then they're like, hey, but for $15, which is, if you bought 2 smalls, you're going to be paying $20. But for $15, you can enlarge it. It's not only the size of 2 smalls, it's the size of 2.5 smalls, and you get free refills.
Well, you never.
I think
get to
that's
the
pre-COVID.
bottom.
I'm not sure you can still do that. But
You never get to the bottom of that.
absolutely. I can barely touch the top, but I want to know that I have access to the bottom kernel.
Yeah.
They're
want
cold,
the
they're
drink.
crusty. It's been 10 years since they were put in the bucket.
I want the drink to be so big that my hand. I have to lean it against my body. No.
I want to look like I'm struggling to find the cup holder that belongs to my theater seat.
I want it to barely fit in the cup holder and kind of be leaning.
I want the entire movie to make that sloshy sound of a full cup of Coke. They do the same thing with popcorn that they do with soda. Yeah, Phoebe, like, you're a little too excited, and I'm just not.
Oh no, she stamped on my bag.
Phoebe loves a bag more than she hates the podcast.
Bag of popcorn.
Anyways, that's how it works. So when you're standing at the popcorn line, honestly, if you just wanted a few pieces of popcorn and you were thinking logically and not like a consumer, you would buy the smallest. Mm-hmm. But we like more, we like better, we like better. We like better, better. Cat wants to leave. Bye, Phoebe.
Good minute.
Do you leave? No. He still likes me. Okay, as Corrie and Phoebe fight for the door, he's not going to leave now that he has the option to. Okay. I also saw Archer come around the corner. So, as you purchase those popcorns, if you could think like a logical human being with money and not as a consumer, you would buy the smallest. That was what you came for. It's what you wanted. You're not going to be able to finish a large anyways. Yeah. But when we're presented with popcorn pricing, which it's named after popcorn in a theater, it's hard to think logically because we think about
what we're missing out on.
My fear of missing out. What can I get? Can I get more for less? That kind of acquisition mindset, which is absolutely fine to have, but we got to realize that it's being done to us, and we're also doing it to consumers. And if you're not doing that, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Well, Heather, I want to be ethical. Okay, buddy, be ethical.
And make some money. But here's the thing. As DIY kits are becoming more popular, especially for St. Patrick's Day that's coming up, and also Easter that's just right around the corner, if you just offer one, you'll have people say yes or no based on price alone. That's what they're thinking about.
I don't have to consider things. I have one thing in front of me. Yes. It's a yes or no question.
Now, if you say I'm going to do a 6 cookie kit, and then I'm going to do a 12 cookie kit. I don't think I said
just
2.
a little bit harder.
Make the math. Don't let
it
be
do a
like
7 cookie kit and a 12. Something where I can't say 6 and 6 is 12.
Or how about a 6 and a 13? So
do
you get
that.
a bigger
Make
dozen.
The bigger one better.
More enticing. And if you do like even numbers, that's called easy math.
We don't want people to be able to do math. That's the goal. Turns out I've been not doing it all along.
But if you say something's $10 and something's $20, that's easy math. Let's do 11 and 19. Something
where I'm like, okay, 11 and 11. Well, that's not good because 11 and 11 is 22. I just need that if I double the mid-tier, it's still less than
but we're not even at the mid-tier. That was just me comparing small and large. Okay. Now add a third one in there. And our brains can't even.
No, it's too hard. It's the same thing. Well, you did pretty easy math seeing that he had a $60 difference and a $100 difference.
Yeah, because he made it easy on me.
He made it too easy. Yeah. And that's when I would say, like, not, and help people like, I price on the 0. Okay, the Cookie College is not priced on the 0. It's 68. It's $68. That is harder to do in my head than if I said it was 60. 60 and 60 is 120.
Necessarily, not a lot of people are paying cashish anymore. So if I just have to bring up my PayPal and I just need to click 52, like if you are 68.52, that's fine.
In the argument against pricing on the all zeros, $9. In Virginia, we have a bunch of tax. I never pay. It's shot when it. I'm
like, let me go play the lotto.
Right? But this is, like you go and they're like, that will be $14. I said, even? Yeah, $14 even, no change.
Wow, that's just And they were like, ma'am, please leave the line.
please pay the $14
and go.
So yeah, no, I'm not used to I'm not used to paying on the double zeros.
It's almost alarming to pay, but so many small businesses do.
It's so funny. The Easy Pass toll road does not price on double zero. Rarely do you ever see it as $3 exactly.
Oh, it's never. But when they bill you, because the Easy Pass is never going to lose, they bill you at $35 increments. So if you get close to your limit, they're going to take your $35, even if you don't touch.
3 things in life are sure: death, taxes, and the toll road.
I hate that I love the toll road.
It is.
And guess what? If the toll road wasn't the worst, the cops don't pull over people in the main way anymore. They only pull people.
They must get so much of a benefit. You
sit
can't
there.
have a semi truck in the toll road.
I
so it keeps the
someone
flow of
pulled over
traffic,
there.
and those Virginia State Troopers.
Oh,
they have not let one little semi truck enjoy his little ride down that road.
I usually get on there. It's only 65 miles an hour, and sometimes the main artery
it's 5 miles an hour over the main artery.
But sometimes the main artery is flowing, and they're going 85.
Okay, well,
so you look like you're.
You'll be amongst friends. All can't see you can't see me, but we're waving.
Someone actually did a U-turn in the middle of traffic, but he didn't clear it, so he had to honestly put his giant truck in reverse to, do a 5-point turn
on the toll road.
No, just a random road. And
story.
I know. I wanted to give him like a stare of death, but I went to stare at him. He couldn't see me. I'm like, gosh darn it.
It's probably really sweaty to get a 5-point turn.
I need to be sit with my bad attitude.
So anyways, popcorn pricing. It's something to consider. It's everywhere around you. If you're not doing it, it's not unethical to popcorn price. You're actually giving people more of an option. It's just harder for people to do math in their head. So we end up just doing real simple math on something that's probably not as simple. We're not making it a money problem anymore. We're making a psychological problem.
It's now a personal choice. Do I want to decorate 12 cookies with my kids?
That gives my kids more cookies, more fun time, less me having to entertain them time.
Yeah, I'm no longer doing the math.
Versus at the beginning, if I only could buy 6, there was no question. It was 6 or not. But now 6... 13, 25. These are crazy numbers. I don't know. The toll road, last toll road reference. When you have to make that psychological decision and you're also driving 50 miles an hour, you have to go through it real fast. Okay, here's what it is. And they only have the signs at certain intervals.
It's like 1 mile from the opening of the toll road is this sign that tells you exactly how much you'll be paying.
Because it's dynamic, so it's always changing. So you have like a couple of split seconds to say, is the main artery clogged?
What's hilarious is there's these weird, they're not necessarily a wall, but it's like little
these
cones.
Plastic separators.
But you can see like the obliterated cones at the beginning where people are like,
I saw this guy. Like it is a spectator show to watch people who are in the wrong lane switch over to the right lane, or if they're in the right lane, they want to go to the left lane. The toll road is always the center lanes. Just that last minute thing. I was told that they can bend, so I did test it out.
Yeah,
they bend violently.
They bend back up and smack your car. How fast were you going?
Probably 35.
No wonder it gave you some body damage.
The thing was like, we're going to give you a little signature price.
Thank you.
I'm paying you. And my mom's like, you stole from them. I just said I didn't steal from them. They charged me the full length of the road.
Was it alarming? Was the sound just insanity?
Ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding.
When you rolled over, was it a bump?
No, yeah. But it's like you would hit a pothole.
But an inverted pothole.
An upper pothole, not an outer. I don't know. Don't run over them unless you're going less than 10 miles an hour or in a large fire truck is what it was meant to be. The rest of the story.
That's true.
Okay. So with the business of baking, what I'd like to talk about is the theory of liking and hating your clients. It's easy to dislike your clients, but I guarantee you, I'm going to make a bold statement.
Wow.
If you hate your clients, you are a business in the state of closing. You cannot be successful and hate
my business.
You cannot be successful and hate your clients. You can't do it. I was listening to a podcast called The Happiness Project.
It's called The Happiness Project.
The Happiness Project. The Happiness Sunday. I just started it this morning. It's written, it's hosted by Corrie, Yale professor of psychology, and it's only based on happiness. And it says that we think that
because that was funny.
They say that most people think happiness is getting money and then you'll be happy. They say it's actually studied to be reversed. The happier you are, the more money you'll get. And now apply that to your
I
clients.
was happy spending it last week. I'm like, all right.
Somebody like that. If you're happy in dealing with your clients will pay you more money. If you are abrasive to your clients, you don't like them, they can feel that there's an animosity.
You feel like it's almost you against them.
Defensiveness.
Yeah.
Severe defensiveness. Your clients are going to be like, yeah, this isn't fun. I feel like I'm on the toll road, except I'm getting nowhere. I'm paying for nothing. So, and then you're going to be in a state of a very long-term closure, and you're going to get really frustrated because you can do all the marketing you want in the entire world, but we can't outmarket a bad attitude.
That's what
a bad attitude.
A bad attitude. When me and Heather are talking to potential clients, a big
Yelling
thing,
at.
Yeah, a thing that we look for, because we actually won't work with a client who has a ton of bad reviews when it comes down to like the way they treat their customers.
We can't outmarket a bad attitude.
We can't do it. So I'm like, yeah.
Seems like there's a couple issues in the past 3 years. Wondering if we can review this a little bit.
So we want to work with happy people, and it's easier to market happy people.
It is. And your business is easier to sell if you're a happy person. If you look at your clients and smile when you're talking to them, it is going to be really hard. I want you to smile. I know we did this on a couple podcasts. I want you to tell me that you're no longer taking orders, and if you did, it would be a rush fee and you hate me.
I am no longer taking orders. And if your name's Heather Miracle, there is going to be a rush fee.
I'm not mad. It's still my pay. So when I see in the group, you see these people and they're having a bad week, they're having a bad month. Okay, we all have some off days.
We do.
But when you have so much animosity built up behind your clients, you are not in a growth mindset. You are in a fixed mindset, really, because you don't see the opportunity that, clients are our blood life. Without the business was a body, the clients are the blood. And without the one, without the other, we're dead.
Yeah.
So our clients, they may not be the perfect client for us. They may be slightly difficult. They don't check their email, but you better treat those people like royalty. They are what is keeping you in business. And the minute you start hating your clients in general, I can guarantee you it'll be a short amount of time before either you close because you're too frustrated or your business naturally goes the way of the dodo because your clients that you hate don't want to deal with it anymore. There's enough cookiers out there that they don't have to deal with bad attitudes.
Absolutely. I think some people get mad when a client asks for a discount. I don't necessarily get mad because they know the answer is no unless they ask.
The answer to every unasked question is also no.
So them asking for a discount, while you may take it offensively,
you don't think I'm worth my prices? Yeah. I know my worth. Okay, that's a great mantra, know your worth, but we're saying it positively.
And literally Target, Walmart, Wally World, whatever you want to call it, they always are offering discounts. So the state of the world is that, everything's at a discount. Why aren't you? And it's just us to explain it like, oh yeah, no, I totally understand, but everything's custom made. And I almost look at it like it's an opportunity to explain, why the prices are the prices. And I don't take necessarily offense to it. But some people are like, how dare you?
Yeah. And once I was going to buy one of those slingshots, right?
Yeah.
The 3-wheel.
Oh, must be nice.
It was a while ago. I have since been reformed. And I no longer spend money like Corrie does. I called in and the guy was like, here's the price. And I said, hey, can we barter? It's a car. That's what you're supposed to do. And he said, I'm going to be so honest with you.
When you say barter, what is he getting from you besides money?
Haggle pricing. I wasn't going to pay the sticker.
Said bartering is like, I got this, you got that.
I'll come and buy it if you drop the price.
That was a haggle.
So I said, okay, can I put in an offer? And he said, I'm going to be so honest with you. This car, everybody wants them. And you're buying it in the first year it come out.
Heather bought it in the first 2 days it came out.
Because I went to the local dealership and the guy laughed at me when I said,
and Heather said, you're going to laugh? I'm going to
show you. I'm going to drive to Sunshine, Ohio. It was like a name of it. It was a really peppy name, but it was in the middle of nowhere.
I believe it.
So I called the guy and he said, listen.
Watch 50 people message and say,
I'm from Sunshine, Ohio. It's not sunshine, but it was something very bright and cheery. Yeah, it was something like, oh, that's where dreams come true. Nobody was living there to have their dreams come true.
Their dreams came true there and they went left.
Sunshine, Ohio. So when I called him and said, hey, can I put in this offer? He said, I can sell this car to anybody and it will be sold in under a week. So I'm not going to be able to offer that. But if you still want it, it can be yours. It'll be the sticker price.
Were you offended?
I said, I'll be there tomorrow in Sunshine, Ohio.
Yeah. And I doubt he was offended. If anything, he's probably relieved. Like, okay, I told her exactly what the situation was.
It's so funny when I got there, there's an older couple also buying. They only had two. So it was me and this older couple. And she was like, did you get the free helmet? I said, what? They're like, yeah, push it, ask them for the helmet. Get the helmet.
Did you get the helmet?
I had brought one. There was not enough space.
Did you say, give me a helmet?
No,
I
but
would have put it on my
But how
knee.
interesting! Like, so had I haggled, so when we're talking about haggle pricing on cars, you're looking at a couple $1,000s difference. The dealership said, "Well, we're not going to haggle, but I'll give you a $200 helmet if you shut up." Okay. And people are like, "Well, I got something."
Yes.
So that's another great. If somebody comes at you and asks for a discount, you say, "I can't offer a discount, but I'd be happy to throw in an extra."
I always
cookie.
throw in an extra cookie. Hey, you just might find an extra cookie in there with your name on
Right.
it.
So there are ways to work around. But what I challenge you here today is to focus on the personality that you have towards your clients. And if it is negative, I'd say step back a little bit from your business and reassess why you have such a negative connotation towards these people that are the lifeblood of your business. Because if you can't put a smile on your face when you get a lead, when you deliver the cookies, when you see the person post their photos, if you cannot smile about that, you're in a wrong mental state for business. And a business mindset is what is the difference between success and failure.
And it's really taking your emotions out of it and putting on your business hat.
That's, you know that phrase, it's just business.
Heather loves to say it's just business. And if we say no to a client, it's not Heather saying no because you don't value my time. It's Heather saying no, it's out of your scope of work. It's just business. But here's the quote if you would like to add that to your thing.
Right.
They either say yes or no.
And it's not emotional. And if they let it get emotional, then I probably set the wrong expectation when I have to, unfortunately, remove people in the group for rule violations. It's not because I don't.
Heather said that, not Corrie.
It's not because I don't like you and I think you're raised wrong and how barbarian for not, it's because like, hey, it's just business. There's just the rules that the group has to abide by. It looks like you're kind of violating them or skirting them a little too much. You're creating me a little bit more work. It's not you. It's just business.
And because Corrie loves drama, I love to read Heather's interactions with these people because they're very emotional. It's a very emotional thing for them. But Heather's coming out of it. She's taken away her emotion so she can say, hey, I see that this is something that, has really upset you. I apologize for that. Here's the reason why. And she's able to communicate a lot better because there's no emotion in it. She doesn't feel attacked because they're not mad at Heather, they're mad at the rules.
And in a perfect world, would everyone be in the group and living and thriving and jiving? Yeah. But when I have just some people that maybe cause a little bit more work for the admin team and I gotta, do a little cleaning up, it's not because I don't like these people. It's not because I went through your whole profile and I hate everything about you. It's just business.
Also, on that note, if you are removed, stop messaging Corrie. I don't know.
So that's one of the group rules is actually that if you violated a rule, you can't ask the admin team. I've created a little submission form for an appeal. By all means, let's hear your
Type
side.
up a storm
I'm
in
not
there.
perfect, but all I can do is base my what I have to do off of a few interactions that I've seen. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing a research project, and here's my 7-page paper on why Amy's tea Cakes and Co. It should no longer be in the group. It's just like, hey, that was a political comment. That violates a rule that we have 100% policy towards, no politics. And then here's the loving door. But if somebody, and I have many people saying, I did do that. I didn't realize what group I was in. I'm very sorry. Can I return? Absolutely.
Someone came so kindly. They did sell in a comment of a comment. It was crazy how the admin team even caught it. I would never have in a million years. But they said, hey, I wanted to apologize. That's not, I respect the group. I respect the group rules. I should not have posted that. I'm wondering if I could have a second chance. The way they came at it, I said, let me go open the red carpet
emotion.
door for you.
Absolutely. It's not personal. It's just business. And I love all the people that spend their time in here. And we are not perfect creatures. I am, unfortunately for you guys. Just kidding. We're not perfect. And there will be mistakes. And if you don't have emotion, you can say, hey, I see that I violated a rule. It was a mistake on my part. Do you mind? I don't mind.
We are all clients to somebody. So your clients might not. But because I know what my ideal client looks like, that's why I walked into the tint shop and said, you're going to make a sale today. I'm going to be buying.
If you're selling it, anybody, I'm buying it. So that's my challenge for you this week is if you feel that client engagement in you is really grumpy, you got to do some either boundary setting in a positive connotation, either maybe mitigate work, hire a virtual assistant to interface with your clients if you can't handle a happy attitude.
Add to your Facebook gives you this great option that you can have instant replies. So when someone goes to my page and they go to message, it would automatically say, what's the price per dozen? They can click on that. And there's an automatic reply that tells them it starts at 65. Guess what? I'm not even in this.
It goes
little
to
mix.
the bot. There
Yeah, it's not me, man. But it saved me time. I'm not emotional about it.
Yeah, take emotion out of business. If you're going to keep one emotion, keep positivity. And they say, this sounds hokey, but it works. If you think of 3 positive things at the end of each day, it'll be really hard for you to be negative.
At the end or the beginning?
And they say at the end. Sometime during the day, say, what are 3 positive things that happened? What are 3 positive things that happened to you yesterday?
Yesterday, I went to bed early because my
Corrie,
neck hurt.
okay, I tell you guys this. Corrie in the Cookie College gives away these kind of free photos.
I swear I thought
I get an
Louisiana
SOS
looked like a
text
gun.
this morning, and Corey's like, I have put the state of Louisiana upside down in the photo. What was going through your mind, man? Did it look like an L?
I
when
want to
put it
tell
and
you,
thought Louisiana?
I decorated it that way, and in my mind, that's how it was decorated. My mind saw it as the shape of a gun, I guess. Isn't that what Louisiana, if it's flipped upside down?
I don't know.
That's what it's
Well,
shaped
you're not
as.
the one who should be teaching us principles on the state's up and downness.
Just look at the shape of Louisiana the way I put it.
Louisiana.
I'm sorry to everyone in Louisiana. I
Corrie
flipped the state
does
upside
not-
down.
Oh yeah, it's like looks like a shoe.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
shaded it like a gun.
Shot that idea.
I was running in so much borrowed time this morning that I threw that down and took that picture in less than 2 seconds.
We saw. We noticed.
The picture was fine, except for Louisiana was
Anyways, I
upside
had to
down.
Photoshop out Louisiana because there's no way I could flip him around. Flip it and reverse it. Okay, sorry. What were we saying? The
You
business
give away
of baking. Where are we on the
photos.
podcast now?
Well, I don't have a little podcast thing because you didn't turn up, but we're done with the business baking, and now we're on to voicemails or group stuff.
So, well, we'll just go out of order a bit here. We're actually supposed to talk about the Cookie College. The Cookie College, I taught a Facebook Live in the main group on Copy 101.
You're not ideal client just emailed. Could you check July 10th for availability as well?
Shelly.
Michelle.
Shelly is a great example of a client who's not anywhere close to my ideal client, but she's a huge pain to work with. She brings money, though, eventually. She gets around to it. But boy,
She
does she...
said June 10th and now she said just check July 10th too.
No, she said 5 different dates. We were planned for it. But Shelly, I put a smile on my face when I write back to her, and we just keep kicking the tin can down the road.
Kicking it all the way to 2023.
One day she'll show up and do this private class for cookie decorating that she did last year. But it'll be one day. It will not be July 10th. And then, okay, so what I could tell Shelly, I could write back and Shelly, you do not appreciate the time involved in planning these.
Yeah.
We are no longer working with you. But I just tell Shelly, like, hey, these are the dates that are available. We'll just need payment, like, not 30. I used to just let her pay the day, but then she would cancel the day before. So I just keep setting up little Shelly boundaries. And it works.
But a positive Shelly boundary.
A positive Shelly boundary. And, you just need some Shelly boundaries in your life. Positive Shelly boundary. Okay, back to the Cookie College. What do you want to tell people on? Sell it. Sell us hard, sell it.
Okay. Are you rolling out that thing that you weren't supposed to roll out today?
I am going to roll it out. It requires you buy the whole thing up front and I give you a discount code.
Okay. Why are you looking at me like that?
I just have to enable the discount code. So we wanted to say, if you wanted to sign up for a year of the Cookie College, you get 2 months free.
That's
For the
how it's
month of
always
March.
been, yes.
Yeah, so that means you get, we have $68 a month, but you buy the year up front, you just pay $680. It's 68 times 10. So you get the last 2 months free. But for the month of March, we would like to offer the last 3 months free. So if you buy the Cookie College year up front right now, I'll refund you that last month as soon as your payment goes through.
Please don't do it. I asked Heather not to
last
do
payment.
it. I asked Heather to not.
I thought it'd be a good idea. We got out of funky January where there's no just
Real
reprieve.
big holiday.
Then
you were just
February is kind of stressful because everyone forgets about Valentine's Day and it's supposed to be a big holiday.
last minute holiday.
Right. And then now, March, you can start focusing on the rest of your business year.
So we got Easter. We got some people are already in
St.
Mother's
Patty's
Day.
Day.
I think are people over the ocean. We have St. Patrick's Day, Mardi Gras today, Father's Day,
Mother's Day.
Teacher Appreciation Nurses Day. Then we have March Madness, which people forget about.
Oh, I forgot
All
about
those
that.
things we were talking.
And then
about
we have a nice summer hiatus where people are still in upper because you're a lot of vacation, but that's a great time for cookiers to get ready for the holiday season. That is our our January and February is really the summer months because as soon as September comes around, you got the school. October's Halloween, November Thanksgiving, and December is the triple bunch with Christmas. So what I'd like to offer you guys for the month of March, this will expire at the end of this month, is I'll give you 3 months free. Go into thecookie.college.com, purchase that year membership, and then you'll see within 5 to 10 business days a $68 refund. That means you get those 3 months free.
3 months free, kids. 3 months free.
There's
For
a
the
lot
month
in
of
the
March,
cookie
and then
college.
it will immediately end. That
Can you believe how fast? We're at the last month of quarter one.
cannot
Time changes
grasp.
next week
Are you kidding
for some
me?
states, because not all states operate under daylight saving.
So I'm losing morning sunlight.
Spring forward. Yeah, we lose an hour. Fall
That's when I
back.
take my photos. Might be late to work.
Never seen you on time. Okay, and so yeah, if you want to join the Cookie College, it's a great place to learn. They asked for a sales focused content calendar.
Yeah, when
so
does
I
that
actually
roll
really
out?
like baker last night.
You posted it?
Yeah.
I didn't see
Thanks
it.
for watching my life.
Did you post? No. When can we download the calendar?
Last night.
Okay. Post it in the group, man. That's where I
It
live.
was posted last night.
In the live?
I posted a video.
No. Give me a little PDF so I can download it.
It's in the group.
Where?
It's
Guys, the group is popping, man.
Two shows. Faster than that. Bakery Tico does a really fun calendar. I really like it. If you don't know, she gives it for free in the Bakery Tico Facebook group. Some of the college kids said we want a little bit more sales focused, hitting pre-sales really hard, cut off dates and stuff like that. So it's just almost like an addendum. You could blend the two together and kind of create a really healthy sales type calendar.
Yes.
That is focused on deadlines and pushing content, because essentially we wouldn't necessarily want to push St. Patrick's Day cookies, which is March 17th, on the 16th. It's too late for people to order. We'd want to do that 2 weeks prior when our cutoffs are.
And in the Cookie College, like DIY kits and easy, Miss Cookie Packaging had the St. Patrick's Day. I was able to do that. The DIY kit photos, freebie photos were last week. So they've already been able to, the past 2 weeks, they've had that content going. So they're first to market, hopefully in their market. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm sorry, I was just daydreaming. You were saying something? Who are you? I didn't see you shut your work on time. Okay, that takes us to the Cookie College. There's a lot there. If you have any questions, take one of the Facebook lives that I teach in the main group.
She did a copy one. People who are like, what's that?
The whole copy is selling the Cookie College, because I said I want to do this in an engaging way. Okay, next up is group stuff. I think Merity did her egging live.
She did
last
her
Sunday.
egging live. I saw people posting about their eggs.
Egging, if you don't know what that is,
pull
it's.
up.
I'm not sure if Merity created it, but she definitely should patent it, because she's
should.
marketed the heck out of it. But it's egging people's yards. You can hire her. She'll come into the dark of the night and fill your yards with eggs, and your kids wake up and there's eggs everywhere.
Yes, you don't have to do any of the hard work.
And I think there's candy in them.
I just have to say, I think it was Skittles, Taste the Rainbow, came out with Easter packaging, but like the package, instead of being bright red like it normally is, like one looks like grass. One looks like a
it's
sidewalk.
so you can
like you'll
hide them.
never find it.
Oh,
One looks like leaves.
Genius.
That always.
That's hilarious. I know we have.
I got it pulled up.
Okay.
Because you were winging
Yeah,
it.
just
Are we doing past ones first?
Yeah, just tell me the last three.
I got you. It is working. I'm pulling them up for some other reason. Oh, something went wrong. Please try again later.
Okay, nothing but net. Here
Okay, I
got
can
it.
do the current ones.
Yeah.
Okay, today at 8 p.m. we have Prop Closet Tour and Organization with Elizabeth Toth, and that is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have this Sunday is, let me click. No Plan Oreo Cinnamon Roll Photo Shoot with Elizabeth Toth. That looks delicious. Then we have Menu Structure, Pricing, Food Cost, Expenses versus Income with Alicia. And that's Thursday, March 24th at 3 to 4 p.m., which is a Thursday. And then to bring us into April is a Bake Along Hot Cocoa Bombs. You spelled bombs wrong with Shauna.
I left out the O on purpose because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
Hot cocoa booms.
Hot cocoa booms. April 15th.
Okay, awesome. So, were you ever going to do that collab?
What was it?
I think it was charity. So.
Oh, charity. That totally escaped my
Forgot
mind.
about
Just
charity.
like how
Did you
state
forget
of
about charity?
Louisiana was
Too busy spending money on yourself. Okay, we're flying a little blind here because Corey's got to run. So let's talk about our sponsors real quick. I wanted to mention that Cast Iron's doing No Fees March.
No fees March. This means, okay, I read their Instagram. It says you have to sign up through the link in their bio, at least on Instagram. So is there a specific link that you have to sign up with?
I'm not sure.
Okay, at least that's what it said in their bio.
I'm sure you can message Emily and she will appear out of nowhere with all the details you possibly need.
Yes.
But if you don't know how cast iron works, it's a free platform for the baker to use. Now, at the point of sale, the sale price, they take a percentage. You can either do 10% you absorb, 10% you pass on to the customers, or you can break it 50-50, so 5% and 5%. But for March, cast iron's taking none of that. You get to keep 100% of it. So if you were passing those fees on to the customer, you just keep that.
Yeah, that's true. Or you can run a discount, which we just reached again. Just kidding.
Yeah, so if you don't have a website, definitely jump into cast iron in March. I think that'd be a great idea. And if you do have a website but you'd like to test out cast iron, March is going to be where you want to do that.
Okay, then we did Eduardo. I made some of the cutest Eddie cookies yesterday.
Corey made some really cute
They're
Eddie
so
cookies. Post it in
cute.
the Eddie group.
I'm not. Oh, with my fake account, I gotta ask again. No, but I can't. Okay, so some people were asking, how would you introduce Eddie to your customers? I love to say introduce it with the Eddie print and then include some piping details on that. It marries best of both worlds. So no one's thinking like, oh, I got an Eddie print. No, it's like an airbrush system without all the underspray and the overspray and the annoyingness and the spilling and the time. So if you can include some piping, and I'll post that picture to the group. I'm sure I have a photography lesson I got to teach anyways. You can see how you can include Eddie with some piping details.
Did you go to the mailbag?
I did.
You did?
I told you I did. I even
didn't
posted a
know you
picture of UPS. I got a bunch of bills for you. They're right here under the cap.
They're bills.
In 3 things. One was a note directly for you, and it says, "But Corrie, I still love you," and a box of chocolates.
Aww.
One was a cute towel. I should have brought the towel, but it had something about a pig, cute bacon, something. And then one was hilarious, and it was about drama. I'll bring it. This is from Christina.
Oh, that's hilarious. Sam's Cookie University sent us something, so be on the lookout for that.
Oh, okay. To be so bad.
Is it a lot of bills?
Yeah.
They're bills?
Yes.
Pay them then. You have the same access to the bank account that I do.
I didn't open them.
Open them. It's not my job.
I have to pee so
No,
bad.
you can finish the podcast because you didn't go to the mailbag. You could have peed when you were going to the
I
mailbag.
went to the mailbag.
I don't just upset. I don't like those mails. So wrapping it up,
And
Bakety
2
Bakes.
of the giant catalogs.
I
So
know,
I
those
left them
catalogs are a
with
nightmare. I've asked them
charm.
not to keep sending them.
I gave them to Mom. She's like, I have some, so we'll get more.
What were we going to say? Oh, Bakety Bakes. Take us down that road.
Bakety Bakes is a meringue powder. It's actually called Royal Batch, and it's made by Bakety Bake. I love the meringue powder. It already has vanilla in there, corn syrup, solids in there. I don't even know what that means. And then white food coloring, so you don't have to add that to it. I enjoy it. I enjoy eating the cookies from it. It gives you a nice crust, but it also has allowed me to be able to write on it with a fine tip edible marker without poking through, which has been fantastic.
Sweet. Those are our sponsors. You all are amazing human beings who have faith in the podcast.
We didn't cover voicemails today, but
Because we were operating off a skeleton crew.
Skeleton crew.
Now I'm sweaty because of all the mails.
sweaty.
I'm really sweaty too.
It's
I turned
really
the
hot
heater
in
off.
here. There's so
It's
many
because you
lights.
said we had bills. And I immediately turned into a burning fiery flame. Okay, any parting words with our podcast members? We're at 47 minutes.
We appreciate everyone's listens. The place that we host this podcast gives us this many people listen to you this week. And you guys have made the time and effort for this very much worth it. I love talking about the podcast with you in the group after it happens. I think it's hilarious. We have the word MERP was popping up a lot.
That's what I call this morning. I'm going to be like,
queso. A lot of people do it with queso. So I enjoy when you guys talk about the podcast in the group because it allows people to discover the podcast too. We always have new members coming in. A lot of people don't know that the podcast is a thing because we only post about it once a week.
if you type in www.there'sapodcast.com, you'll end up on the podcast.
And you can find wherever you listen it to.
Spotify, Pandora, Google, Amazon.
Cat's getting
I have a pet snake, and Phoebe is obsessed. Obsessed. See that snake pun right there?
Oh, got it.
Yeah. I have a couple pet snakes, but this little one is much feistier than the big one. On that note, keep a positive outlook this week towards your clients and towards your personal life.
And towards your twin sister. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Yep. I think that you'll find that you'll have much better experience because allegedly we only get one shot at this
You do, man.
so-called life. So I think we got to keep it as enjoyable as possible.
Amen. Amazing grace.